10,000 Allied aircraft took part in it. Many landing craft were sunk or grounded on their way to shore. A large number of soldiers, with 70 pounds of equipment on their backs, marched down landing ramps into deep water and were drowned. Other troops, either wounded or too exhausted to move, could not escape the quickly rising tide and died from drowning within 10 yards of the beachhead. The first day at Normandy, more than 10,000 men fell, either dead or wounded. But they held the beachhead, and the largest seaborne invasion in history was a success. 11 days later, nearly 500,000 men and 90,000 vehicles had landed in France. On December 16th, 1944, the army of Adolf Hitler took the offensive for the last time. In a burst of well-coordinated attacks, the Germans briefly recaptured their blitzkrieg spirit and launched their Ardennes offensive, or Battle of the Bulge, taking the Allies completely by surprise. Panzer tanks, spearheading the attack, literally ran out of gas, unable to capture Allied fuel reserves. General Patton, who fought brilliantly against Rommel's troops in North Africa, ordered his army to spearhead a counter-offensive. The bad weather also cleared up, unleashing a storm of Allied airstrikes. By the middle of January 1945, the Germans were once again in full retreat. February, the German city of Dresden was bombed by waves of British and U.S. aircraft. Using incendiaries and high explosives, the air raid created a huge firestorm that engulfed the entire city. All avenues of escape were cut off, and the fires consumed great amounts of oxygen. About 130,000 people either suffocated, died from shrapnel wounds, or were burnt to death. A woman who survived the Dresden raid recalled,
"The firestorm is incredible. There are cries for help and screams from somewhere, but all around is one big inferno. I suddenly see a woman. She carries a bundle in her arms. It is a baby. She runs, she falls, and the child flies in an arc into the fire."
As the Red Army closed in on Berlin, Hitler's behavior became increasingly irrational, dictating orders to divisions that no longer existed. He condemned the German people as cowards and ordered his generals to destroy everything that remained of the capital city. With the Red Army blocks from his bunker, Hitler committed suicide, along with Eva Braun, Joseph Goebbels, and his wife. On May 8, 1945, the Germans surrendered unconditionally to Allied forces,